Talk to the tail. Hey guys, welcome back to A Good Life Farm. It is just about evening chore time, and so the animals are anxious. But I'm waiting on Mr. Smith. But real quick, I wanted to bring you out here into the garden. So I mentioned the other day, it might have been in my garden tour, that the swallowtail butterflies had found my dill and that I had caterpillars all over the place. Well, I think the birds may have found the caterpillars because I had caterpillars all over my 4 dill plants down here, and now I'm only seeing just a couple. Yeah.
Where's his lead at?
It's in the barn.
Huh?
In the barn. Well, now I've only got a couple that I can find. You know, we've got a mockingbird nest over there with babies getting fed. We've got fly catchers, I think, on the front porch with babies getting fed. And so it's a steady feeding frenzy happening, and this is probably the perfect little buffet for them. I don't have a honey. Franny hasn't got any from me. Alright, that's it. All gone. Watch out. So we're just wrapping up doing the goats here. And next we are going to do Sophie and Amos. But we have the farrier coming out tomorrow, and we need to get Amos's harness on him, or his halter on him, and I think it's going to be a challenge. This might be an adventure.
Alright, that's it, guys.
So the plan is to try and lure him into one of the barn stalls.
Oh, God.
And because once we have him in there, then he's kind of contained, and then maybe we'll be able to get it on him easily. Fingers crossed. We'll see how this goes. Well, I didn't film it. Honestly, I just forgot to turn the camera on just now. But we got his harness on him without really too much of an issue. Lured him into the stall with some treats, closed the door, put the harness on, gave him some more treats, and he's good to go. Hi, baby. Miss Sophie here is actually pretty easy to get her harness on. She cooperates, so we're not too worried about it. No, Miss Sophie.
Hi, baby girl.
So, another quick update on my lousy soil situation. Once again, I have had a number of subscribers this time mentioning issues with the exact same soil. I sent off my soil sample to the laboratory to get tested. Unfortunately, because of the type of testing I'm having done, it may take as many as 4 weeks to get the results back. Well, 4 weeks is a long time in garden season. And so I decided to take my best guess and try and salvage these plants. And so my kind of go-to urgent fertilizer, I guess you could say, is the nastiest, stinkiest thing out there. When I use it, you know, you know I've used it, and that is this. The label's a little bit faded, but it's fish fertilizer or fish emulsion. It's totally natural, of course, organic. It won't harm your plants, it won't burn them or anything like that, but it stinks to high heaven. The other day I came out here and I mixed up some of this fish emulsion, which is basically pureed fish guts, just letting you know. And I fed this bed right here behind me. The tomato plants, remember, were yellow and puny and just awful looking. And I want you to look at the difference now. Those miserable yellow plants are now turning green, are suddenly looking way healthier. I mean, not every single plant, but a lot of them are. And not only the tomato plants, but down here you can see those zinnias that I planted are getting nice and green. And you remember that miserable yellow sunflower? It's turning green as well. So this is very, very encouraging to see this. And like I said, not every tomato plant is recovering, but a lot of them look like they are. So needless to say, this morning I went out and I did the same thing with the other two new raised beds out in the front garden area. Ones that had been filled with this exact same soil. And when I was out there doing it, Mr. Smith walked up to the fence and he goes, "Ooh, that smells like the fish cleaning stations in Valdez, where we went salmon fishing in Alaska." And I told him, I'm like, well, it is fish emulsion. So yeah, it stinks to high heaven, but as you can see, it is totally worth it. And it definitely is helping. So my fingers are crossed that these tomato plants will continue to recover, and that harsh condition that they were in the beginning won't be enough to totally stunt all of them. And I've got chickens freaking out over there. Yeah, it's getting close to bedtime, and there's one who is broody all the time, and when you make her move and get off the nest and go drink some water, she has a total fit, which upsets all the other chickens. Oh, and I have people often ask me where I get certain things that I use in the garden. As a matter of fact, I had someone ask me about that fish emulsion yesterday. The fish emulsion, of course you can get stuff on Amazon, get it shipped to you, but that big old jug right there, it's a gallon jug. I picked that up at my local Tractor Supply in the garden section. And I know other places often have it, but I've always been able to find it there. And you guys, I've got to bring you down here. I'm not filming my garden tour at the moment, but I need to come down here and show you this sunflower. That volunteer sunflower that I had out here in the garden. So I mentioned that I was pondering the idea of this volunteer maybe being a hybrid, a cross between the Mongolian giant sunflowers, which I grow every year, and the lemon queens, which I also generally grow every year. Because this sunflower has got heads, you know, all the way up the stem. You can see right here. You know, it doesn't just have the one at the top, it's got them all the way up. Just about, well, pretty much every leaf, at the top of every leaf, is a sunflower head. When I have grown lemon queens in the past, they were generally about 7 feet tall or so, tops. You guys, I'm really thinking that that whole hybrid with the Mongolian giant sunflower might actually be the case, because this thing is humongous. I know that this does not give you the perspective of it, but I'm standing up on the landscaping timber and I cannot get anywhere near. That's about at least 2 feet past my reach. So I'm wondering if that isn't actually what we've got going on here. So that'll be really cool to have flowers going all the way up that tall. Very cool. Alright, so with that, I know this was kind of a short video today, but as you can see, we are totally losing light, and I need to go do a few more things in there with Sophie and Amos. They need their fly ointment and everything, because the flies, y'all, they have been so bad this year. I think this is the worst they've ever been for us. Yeah, it's been pretty atrocious. So, with that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up for today. Tomorrow I will be filming my garden tour, and that will go up over the weekend, either on Saturday or Sunday, just depending upon when I get it up, but every weekend. And it'll be better than last week, because last week it was about to rain and I only did out here, so I will take you out into the front garden as well in this upcoming garden tour. And so thanks for joining me out here again at the homestead. I will talk to y'all next time. What you doing, Nubsy? Nubsy! What are you doing, baby?
Hi, buddy. He's like, I like it in here.
I'm sure he does.
Hi, buddy. Hey, buddy. Come on. Let's go. Come on.
It's bedtime, buddy. Nubsy.
What is
Such a stinker.
Shop or whatever it is.
Nubsy.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Hmm. Mr. Nubs. Hmm. Mr. Nubs. That hurts. Mr. Nubs. Hmm.
Okay.
Ow.